Hello, everyone. Karen Henderson here. Welcome to Digital Focused Note-Taking Social Emotional Learning. Really excited to see you with your day on Tuesday. I'm going to go ahead and use this video to kind of explain to you a little bit about what's going to happen both before the asynchronous time, before the meeting, during the meeting, and then after the meeting, what you'll do to apply the learning that you get in this session. So first of all, I wanted to kind of introduce you to what you're going to see in the Google Classroom, and probably you already have access to these since you're watching this video. But you're going to have access to this site. This is our site for PD. You'll see the social emotional learning page. There's a focus note page, and then at the end, we're going to put together a gallery of examples of the things that we create after the meeting. And you're going to also have access to your own copy of this focus notes page. So this is the template that we're going to use during our session, before our session, and then during our session on Tuesday. So first thing you want to do is just go ahead and copy that EQ into your EQ for your page of notes. So how can I use SEL practices to create virtual spaces where all students feel welcomed, safe, and valued? So during your asynchronous time, before you come to the session, there are 3 things that you want to do. And this is a thing link that I created, which is a really nice tool to help walk students through any process, learning process that you want to create for them. So I'm going to start by just clicking on the number 1, and you'll notice that when I do that, it brings up instructions for that part of the focus notes. And it says, watch this video to walk through the learning activities for the session. So you're doing that already. Number 1 is going to be done when this video is over. Then you're going to come to number 2, and you're going to actually take some notes. So you're going to access the ebook, and you can click here on the button, or you can actually just scroll down if you want to. It's linked right in here to this website. And you're going to look through each of the pages, and you're going to take notes on main ideas, goals, and ideas for distance learning on each section, what we call the social emotional learning signature practice. Once you've taken those notes, and you're going to take those in your focus notes template, then you're going to do a little bit of individual processing before I see you on Tuesday. And you're going to use the text tools in your slides template in order to be able to do that. So I'm going to ask you to look for the main idea in each section and go ahead and underline it. So what is that maybe sentence or idea that you wrote down that you think really summarizes or really gets to the heart of what that particular practice is all about? I'm going to have you bold words that you think are important, either because they have like an emotional meaning for you as you've written them, or because they really maybe help you to understand what that particular practice is all about. And then once you're done with that process for each section, I want you to look at your notes as a whole, and I want you to pick out the 3 most important ideas that are on that page. And you're going to choose a highlighter color. You can choose any one you like. I used yellow in this example, and you're going to highlight 3 of them. So your 3 most important ideas from the page of notes that you took. Once you're done with step 3, you're done with your asynchronous work. So then the next thing that we'll do together when I see you on Tuesday. And that is step number 4. So you're going to actually start off our meeting after we do a quick welcoming ritual. We're going to go ahead and we're going to process those notes together. So you've done your processing on your own. Now we're going to come together with a Park Rose processing partner, to look at what you have, to compare your bolded words, your underlined statements, to look at the things you highlighted, to add ideas from your partner's thinking to your own, to share in that learning experience, and to make some connections that maybe you wouldn't have otherwise made without that ability to process and think about your notes together. And you're going to do that, and then you're also going to work with your partner in this processing phase to think about some questions, some higher level questions that you might ask about the content. And we're going to use the comments feature to do that, and I'll show you how to link it to particular places and slides if you're not sure how to do that yet. Okay. After we process together, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to move over to connecting. And I want to show you another tool, which is called the Explore tool, that we're going to use to find images and links to websites that might be useful for our learning, that might take us places that allow us to make some new connections or think visually about the content. And we're going to connect our thinking by adding those to speech bubbles that are going to be linked into each section or where it is that we connect that learning. And we, of course, are welcome to put our own thoughts, the connections we make maybe to our own classroom or things that we've done in the past or things that we're thinking about as we're weighing all of this distance learning and social change, actually, that's happening right now in the world, which is kind of exciting. Once we've connected our thinking, then we're going to go ahead and summarize. We're going to do this collaboratively on Jamboard. So I'm going to have you work with a small group to come up with a gist statement that summarizes really the whole idea of social emotional learning and how it applies to distance education. And you're going to post that on Jamboard so that we all can see them and celebrate those really cool summaries that you've created. When we're done with summarizing, we're going to move to the last step. This is kind of an optional one. We can summarize or reflect. Today, we're going to summarize and reflect. Reflection is actually one of my favorite parts. I'm going to have you reflect first individually on your own by just using an emoji bank. After you've done it at the end of this process, thinking about really important things you're going to take. What are those really good learnings that you're going to move from this classroom and from this Google Classroom into your classroom, this activity into operationalizing it? What are questions you still have that you want to go maybe do some more research or explore some of those links that you found as you were using that connecting tool? What's something that you want to take outside and talk to other people, maybe people who teach your own content, maybe other experts in the building or in your lives? And what are those strategies and ideas that you really like that you're going to highlight as things that you are going to do? And then we're at the last kind of piece. We're going to close by using a thinking strategy, a thinking routine from a really cool resource, which I think you're going to love. It is called Project Zero, and there's bunches of them, but we're going to use one of those thinking routines to kind of just do a really fun collaborative activity that, again, is kind of like summarizing, kind of like reflecting, a little bit more engaging, so that we close hopefully on a really nice positive note. So once we're finished with that, then you're done with the session. You're going to move into the last phase, which is really where you're going to be applying your learning. And in this part, you might want to do a little bit more work on looking at the focused note-taking process as a whole. So you can access, if you want to, another ebook. It probably is going to drive you crazy that there are so many, but where you can go in and you can read more about each stage and ideas for how to do those stages in this digital setting. You've seen one way through, but there's many ways that you can do all of these processes. And you're also going to find on this page some templates and tools. So this is an Avid, actually I should go back one. So these are the templates that Avid provides. There's lots of really good ones that you might want to use as you design your own lessons using digital IMB pages, perhaps. This is one that came from Ditch That Textbook, which is a favorite resource of mine. So there are some other kind of different ones that you might also like. And you can choose from those, or you can create your own as you design a learning experience with focus notes for your students. You might also want to check out these free graphics that you can get. And here's the Project Zero's routine thinking toolbox. At the very bottom of this page, there's a button that you can do to get to our digital tools website, which gives you tutorials on all of the tools that I used in creating this lesson, also some others that you might be interested in finding more about. Finally, in the very last phase, you're going to go ahead and create your own thing link. And you're going to post it to this Padlet so that we can check out each other's. You'll see mine. It's not there yet because I haven't finished it, but I'm going to post that there before Tuesday, so there'll be at least one there for you to look at. And then as we start to grow our gallery, we'll get a really good idea of all of the good work that's happening at Park Rose. All right. I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. Happy learning.